Welcome back to the Mothership Motorsports Garage. This is going to be a short video. Basically, I'm going to install the brake rotors on the front of Emma here. I've cleaned them all up. I've got them all ready. Got the bolts prepped and everything. So I'm just going to go get right to it. So as you can see, I've cleaned these all up. Nice, painted them. These are in. I've measured these. They're in good shape. So I don't have to get new ones. Basically, it's a pretty simple process. You just put it on, line it up. These are kind of some specialized bolts. They're a little bit wider here. So, and I'll show you why in a minute. So, we'll get these started. They do have a torque spec. It's 15 foot-pounds. And then it has some lock washers. I'll show you what I'm talking about. And that's why they're taller, is to help grip that, the washers. Oh, jeez. See, here I am talking. I wasn't supposed to put these on quite yet. I got to put the washer underneath. So these washers, they're not really washers. They go between two bolts, and then these tabs fold up to lock the bolt into place. So we just put these in. And a couple of these do have some broken tabs from when I was removing it. But that's not that big a deal. I'll make sure that I tap that in really tight. Do it that way. So just screw these all in. I'm just screwing them in by hand. Actually, I need to put a little bit of oil on those threads. It's always a good practice to oil the threads when you're going to torque them, because torquing actually stretches the bolt a little, and you want to make sure that the bolt is well lubricated when that happens. So I just put a little squirt of oil on the threads so they're not going in dry. Go, and then I'll just put these in by hand real quick like. Okay, let me grab a socket. All right. So just like anything when you're torquing in a circle, you do one at a time. I'm just going to get them all close. Or of course, you do one at a time, but then you do every other one. So you're pulling them down evenly. I'm just getting them kind of close. I'm not torquing yet. Just making sure they're all seated. Okay, so I have my torque wrench set to 15 foot-pounds, and then we just go like every other one. Then I'm going to go back through again, make sure. Okay, so there we go. So now Oop, I forgot my screwdriver. All right. So now on these, we just need to bend these tabs up. We want to make sure they're on a flat. So if they're close, just want to, you know, tighten them or put them so that there's a flat that those things go up to, that those tabs go up to, because even though I just torqued those, I'm going to make them a little tighter just so those flats line up. This one I'm going to actually loosen just a tad bit because it's, there we go. More typically you want to loosen, or you want to tighten them to get it to the flat, but some of them are so much closer to the other, it's not, you're not even really loosening it, you're just turning that bolt. Okay, so, and then you just bend these tabs up. And I'm going to try and do it so that I'm not scratching up my rotor, so let me get something soft. All right, got a piece of leather here just so that I'm not prying against my freshly painted brake rotor. All right, that one's started. And then from here I will tap them with a hammer. Just want to get them up a little bit. Okay, get this one. Oh, that was just going to break off, so. I think they recommend that you replace these every time because they break off like that one I just did. Okay, so now I'm going to get a small hammer and bend those the rest of the way up. Got them all tapped up now. Just tapping the corners down a little bit, make sure that they're seated correctly. Slightly bend those tabs around any of it. Alright, and that's how you do that part. I'm going to flip it over and do the other side exactly the same. This side actually gets new lock washers or locking clips or whatever you want to call these. I just had a set, so I figured I'd put them on. Again, we're just putting a couple drops of oil on these bolts. And by the way, guys, if you ever see something that I'm doing wrong, be more than go right ahead and comment in the comments. I'm by far not a expert. I'm just doing it this way. This is what I know or what I think I know. So if I'm ever wrong, just let me know in the comments. There's been a couple of times where I had to go back and fix something that I had mistakenly done. So just get these run down again. One thing I did notice that I didn't have to necessarily put them on a flat like I did when I said I tightened it up in the last little bit to get the flat. Because since there's two of them, one of them will be on a flat. So that was a mistake I just made just a few minutes ago. So get these snugged up a bit. And then this is set to 15. So, and again, every other one in a pattern to around the whole entire circle, just to make sure it goes on nice and straight and you don't get it on a bind. And then I'm going to go around and double check. Alright, and then, like last time, I'm just going to bend those tabs up. Alright. Alright, and there we go, guys. So all cleaned up. It looks like I did ding it up a couple of times, so I'll touch that up with some paint before I put it on. It may not even make a difference, but you know, all the little things seem to go together to make it all look good. Alright guys, so next time we'll probably either be installing the front wheel, which is probably what we'll do, installing the front wheel and the brakes and everything, or I did get the parts back from the machine shop. I got my gasket set, my head and such, so we can do that. That'll be coming up soon. So like, comment, and subscribe, and we will see you at the next video. See ya!